are still awake, you can let it be that way. Tonight, you do not need to sleep. You only need to be held safely inside a very slow story. And if your eyes already want to close, how fortunate you have arrived in the right place. Hello, my name is Sava. Thank you for stepping into this evening with me. Outside, the highland rain is falling very gently, not loud, not hurried, only fine drops touching the wooden roof, falling onto plum leaves, then dissolving into mist. A rhythm just slow enough for the world to soften and for the human heart to be allowed to soften with it. I want to invite you into a place like that. It is not far away. It is only on the other side of the day. There is a small wooden homestay there called White Plum Blossom Homestay. It rests in a very quiet highland valley where white plum blossoms cover the hillsides, where mist drifts low along the porch, and where evening yellow light is not meant to illuminate but to hold. You do not need to go anywhere. Just allow this image to arrive. Imagine yourself standing before the wooden porch, rain falling behind your back, mountain wind brushing lightly across your wrists, and the very thin scent of plum blossoms floating in the air. Not sweet, not heavy, just enough for you to recognize. Ah, I am inside a different kind of evening. The roof is low and warm. The window is round, with light inside. Mist rests on the steps like tiny glass beads, and I am standing there, waiting, not to receive you, but to be there with you. You do not need to do anything. You do not need to understand this story. You do not need to follow it. You do not need to remember it. And especially, you do not need to try to sleep. You have already done enough for today. Here, no one asks you to be alert. No one asks you to think quickly. You may stay in between. You may drift. You may simply breathe and listen. White Plum Blossom Homestay is not a place to arrive at. It is a place to be held away from thoughts that must decide, held away from the feeling that you must continue, held away from the task of finishing a day. Here, the day is already finished. Only the night remains, and in this night, you are not alone. If you hear the rain outside, that is good. If you do not, that is also fine. If you feel tired, leave it here. If you do not feel tired, allow your alertness to soften. This story is not a path, it is a blanket, and I am here to draw that blanket over you, very slowly, very gently, exactly where it needs to be. When you are ready, we will take one very small breath together to close the door of the day. But no hurry, you have already arrived, and here is enough. Now I will not tell anything more. I will only be here, breathing with you for a while, not to change you, only to let the rhythm inside you remember an older rhythm, a rhythm from before. Everything needed to be urgent. We will breathe in a very soft cycle. Inhale for 3, hold for 4, exhale for 5. No need to count exactly. Just let the exhale be a little longer than usual. When you are ready, inhale very gently. 1, 2, 3. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, slower, longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Let that breath repeat a few more times in the most natural way for you. Each time you exhale, as if you are placing down an invisible bag you have carried all day. Perhaps in the bag there is an unfinished conversation, a feeling that was never spoken, something you thought you should have done better. It is all right. You do not need to open the bag. Just place it down, and as you continue breathing, notice your forehead first. Perhaps it is holding many thoughts. Imagine a very gentle warmth, like the glow of an oil lamp spreading across your forehead. The forehead warming. No need to tense. No need to furrow. Let that warmth drift down to your shoulders. Your shoulders have lifted many things today. Now they can drop by half a breath, not collapsing, just releasing. The shoulders lowering a little lighter. From the shoulders, that warmth flows into the chest. The chest does not need to stay upright, does not need to open wide. Just allow space, the chest opening very gently. The breath enters without catching, then the feeling moves down into the belly. The belly, where many unspoken things are held. No need to understand, just let it soften. The belly softening. The breath touches the bottom and returns. And finally, let that warmth flow into your hands and feet. Fingertips slowly warming. Feet no longer needing to grip, just resting. As you breathe, you may notice a very light scent in the air. A hint of plum blossom, thin, clear. A hint of damp pine wood, warm, deep. A hint of mountain mist, cool, clean, still. These 3 scents are not here to draw attention. They are only here to remind your body this is night and you are safe. You do not need to sleep yet. You do not need to sink. Only let the breath carry you from day into night, one breath at a time, very slowly. And when you open your eyes in imagination, you will see yourself standing beside an ancient lotus pond beneath falling evening light. But do not step there yet. Just know the door of the day has closed, and the door of the night has just opened very gently. Mok Cho Highlands, the land of slowness. There are places not meant for moving fast, not for conquering, not for remembering sharply, only for arriving and breathing a little differently. Moksha is such a place. It does not call you with loud sounds. There are no billboards, no noises pulling you forward. It simply opens like a wide enough space for your heart to stretch. You imagine yourself standing at the edge of the highlands, not at the peak, not in the valley, just where the wind can touch you without making you cold. Before you are tea hills rolling softly, not sharp, not steep, They connect like long breaths of the earth. Up, down, up, down. A thin mist rests on the tips of the leaves, not yet gone from the afternoon. It does not fall, it does not rise. It only stays as if mist itself is resting. Further away are white plum trees, not dense, not brilliant, just quietly bright against the green, like light you do not need to focus on to see. Sometimes a petal falls, no clear landing point. You only see it drift, and then no longer be there. In Mokchao, everything moves one beat slower than the world you came from. People walk slower, cars drive slower, wind blows slower, and the thoughts follow. No one asks what you do. No one asks where you go next. No one needs you to be your best version. You only need to be the breathing version. People come to Mokshao not to gain more, but to have less noise, less tension, less thinking about what has not yet arrived. And in that less, there is much gentle space. You hear small sounds, wind brushing tea hills, like someone smoothing fabric. Bamboo touching bamboo far away, like marking the fading of evening. Footsteps on a dirt path, unhurried, light. Nothing needs to be remembered. Nothing needs to be held. Mokchao is not where you become someone. It is where you stop trying to become. And as you let yourself move in this slow rhythm, your heart slows naturally. Your breath lengthens naturally. Your body stops wanting to control. You do not need to ask where you are in life. Only know this. You are in a place where no one needs you to continue. And from this slow place, we will very gently move into the next scene, where there is still water, where flowers open at night, and where a small wooden bench waits beside a lotus pond. But not yet. Stay here a little longer, so the body can believe the day has been left behind. Walking through tea hills and villages, from where you stand, the path does not open straight. It curves gently right, then bends left, as if it does not want you to go quickly, only to go with it. You step onto the soft earth path, leading down through the tea hills, not stepping forward, but placing. Your foot touches the ground, and the ground receives it. No echo, only a very small softness, as if the earth knows you are tired and chooses to support rather than push. On both sides are low tea rows, even deep green, small, thick leaves, slightly curled at the edges, holding bits of afternoon dew. As you pass, the wind brushes the leaves, and the leaves answer with a faint rustle, not loud enough to be called sound, just enough to know something is moving with you. Further away are a few low wooden houses nestled into the hillside, not tall, not striking, just there, as if they have always been there. Thin kitchen smoke rises from small chimneys, not thick, not heavy, just a warm line drawn against cool mist. You pass through a small village, no calling voices, no engines, only the sound of someone sweeping a yard far away, a faint ticking sound in a back garden, and the soft sound of water flowing in a stone channel beside the path. A woman stands on her porch, folding blankets. She looks up at you not from curiosity, only from the habit of noticing presence, and she smiles. Not a greeting smile, a smile that says, "You are seen, and you do not need to explain." You walk on. The path narrows, the tea hills thin, and before you, the valley opens. A plum blossom valley, not dense, not white all over, just scattered trees holding the last of evening light, white blossoms, pale pink blossoms, very faint purple pink blossoms. None compete for light. They simply are each blossom its own quiet way of being. You stop, not from tiredness, but because some places ask the feet to stop. The wind moves through the valley, carrying a very light plum scent. Not sweet, not strong, just enough to know something fragrant is passing. And here, movement has completed its task. Your body has been carried out of the old place, out of the old rhythm, out of the old day. And now, it is ready to sit. Below, near the valley edge, there is a small wooden bench beside a lotus pond. It does not call you, it only is. And you know, that is where the story goes next. Meeting the wordless friend, you spread a thin cloth on the grass. The grass is not tall, not sharp, only thick enough to hold the earth's warmth, soft enough that the body does not need to defend. You sit down, and in that moment, you realize you are no longer arriving anywhere. You are here. The Plum Blossom Valley opens around you, not as a picture to look at, but as a space to breathe. White petals fall slowly, without order, only in their own rhythm. Some land on your shoulder, some drift through the air and vanish. Some touch the ground and stay without regret, without holding. You open your basket, soft bread, fruit, a small bottle of water, not to eat enough, but to remind the body, I am being nourished. You take a very small bite, not from hunger but from tasting, and as you chew slowly, quietly, you sense a movement at a distance, not footsteps, not sound, only presence. Under a slightly leaning plum tree, a few steps away, stands a pale white shape, a horse, white fur, not bright but soft like morning dew on stone. The mane falls gently to one side of the neck. The ears angle slightly toward you, but not tense, not probing. Only a gentle attention. It does not approach. It does not retreat. It simply stands, as if it was here before you arrived. You do not know why you are not afraid. Some beings, when they appear, do not bring questions, only stillness. You place a hand on your chest for a moment, just to see if your heart needs adjusting. It does not. It is in the right place. You stand, not suddenly. You take one very small step toward it. It does not step back. It exhales softly like wind moving through grass. You extend your hand, not to touch, only to be there. It steps forward half a step, and the remaining distance dissolves. When your hand touches its neck, you do not feel touching an animal. You feel yourself touching steadiness, warm, solid, but not hard. Heat from its body flows into your palm very slowly, as if it does not want to startle you. You do not stroke. You do not pat. You only rest your hand, and it stands still, not from training, but because it does not need to move. You do not know its name. Below is your faithful Bedtime paste English translation, meaning, emotion, and structure preserved, with nothing removed and nothing added, until a very light thought appears, not like a question, but like an answer. Bong, not something you place, just something you notice. Bong, you do not speak it aloud, but he lifts his ear just a little, enough for you to know he hears. And then he does something very strange. He steps out of the shadow of the tree, slowly, one step, then another. He comes to stand near your picnic cloth, not to ask for food, not from curiosity, just to stand with you. You sit down again, and Bong stands there as if this is his place in this moment, not in front, not behind, only beside. You continue eating your bread. Bong continues breathing his own breath. The wind moves, petals fall. You do not speak. Bong does not speak. And for the first time today, you do not need words to know that you are not alone. Not because someone is talking with you, but because someone has chosen to stay, not demanding, not leading, not pulling you along, only walking with you. And in that wordless walking with, your body releases another deep layer, a layer the daytime never reaches. You look toward the homestay in the distance. Dim light has begun to appear in the mist. You know, when you go, Bong will go with you, not because he is led, but because he has chosen, and for the first time tonight, you smile, not from happiness, but from peace. At first, you do not hear the rain. You only feel the air change, so light that if you were hurried, you would not notice. But because you are slow, your body catches the change. The wind is a little cooler. The scent of damp earth rises thin as breath, and plum petals fall more slowly, a little heavier, as if the air has filled with something invisible. Bong lifts his head, not startled, not warning, just a very small movement of neck and ears, like someone who already knows something gentle is coming. Then a drop touches down, not on you, on a nearby leaf. A tiny tap so small it is almost not a sound, only a signal. Then another, far, sparse, like someone testing the door of night. You do not hurry to stand, not because you are not ready, but because you do not need to be. The rain does not come to chase you away. It only comes to change the chapter. Bone steps one pace closer to you. Not close, not far, just enough that his body becomes a very gentle windshield on the other side of you. You fold your picnic cloth, slowly, neatly, as if you are not packing up, only finishing a sentence. The rain becomes clearer, not heavy, not loud, just mist turning into drops, soft, steady, like needles touching cloth. Plum petals fall more often. A few land on Bong's back, resting in his white fur like tiny points of light. You brush them away gently. Not necessary, but wanted. Bong does not react. He only exhales a long, warm breath, dissolving into the cool air. You stand, and Bong stands at the same time. No signal, no leading, just two movements aligning. The path back to the homestay appears in the mist like a thin gray ribbon, not sharp, not straight, but enough to walk. You take one step, Bong takes one step. The rain falls one more beat. The wind softens. More petals fall. Nothing is urgent. Nothing needs to be held. Everything you need is already walking with you. As you come closer to the homestay, the pale yellow wooden light appears like the space itself, exhaling, not bright, not calling, just enough to say, shelter is here. Bong stops at the wooden porch. You step onto the first step. Rain begins to touch the roof, a different sound, deeper, steadier. One chapter closes, one chapter opens. You turn back to look at Bong. He stands still, white fur slightly wet with mist, breath even. His eyes are not looking at you but into the quiet space ahead, like a gatekeeper who does not need to look inside. You do not say thank you, because nothing was given, only something was shared. You step inside, and for the first time tonight, you feel it clearly. I am coming home. The wooden door opens without a sound, not because it is new, but because it has been opened enough times, gently enough, correctly enough, to learn how not to make noise. You step inside. The wooden floor is warm beneath your feet, not hot, not cold, just enough for the body to know, I am out of the rain. The first scent is burning wood. No smoke, no sharpness, only dry pine slowly becoming warm, spreading through the air, mixed with herbal tea and dried plum blossoms hanging from the beams. The yellow lamp hangs low. The light does not shine downward, it spreads. It does not cast shadows, it creates space. Space wide enough for everything inside you to be set down without arranging. In the center of the house, the stove is burning. not flaring, not crackling, only breathing, a very soft puff, puff. The resin meets heat, like a small creature keeping the room alive. You hang your coat on the wooden hook. The fabric is damp, heavier than in the afternoon. But when you hang it, you also hang what is outside with it. Wind, mist, paths, rain. No need to carry them in. Bone stands on the porch. He does not enter, not because he is not allowed, but because he does not need to. He turns his head to look at you, a look without demand, without longing, only confirming, I have arrived. You open the small side door. A stone path leads down the row of homestays in warm yellow heater light. A low wooden stable, a roof of pressed pine leaves. Inside, a high pile of dry straw, pale yellow like sunlight rolled up. A small round bulb hangs low, giving gentle light, not brightening the night, only keeping the cold out. Bone steps down the stone steps. Each step a soft talk, not echoing, not knocking, only the sound of presence. He enters the stable, turns slowly once, then lies down. No sigh, no shaking, only releasing his weight into the straw, like a heavy thing being placed exactly where it belongs. You close the stable door, not locking, only closing, like closing an eyelid. You turn back inside. The room is quieter, not because there is less sound, but because sound has found its place. Fire in the stove, rain on the wooden roof, a little wind through the round window. 3 layers of sound, like 3 blankets. You sit on the low stool beside the stove, not to warm yourself, only to be near. The warmth does not travel straight. It curves around your knees, touches the backs of your hands, then pauses at your chest, where it stays longer. On the wall, woven cloths hang like paintings, not to be looked at, but to remind that someone once wove slowly here, before you, for you. Time in this room does not run. It settles, like fine dust falling into water. And when it has fallen enough, the water becomes clearer. You do not need to do anything, not to think, not to arrange feelings, not to understand why you feel peaceful. Only let the body know. Here, nothing needs guarding. Here, nothing is waiting. Here, nothing is coming. Only being. You stand, not hurried. Not because you must go somewhere, but because the rhythm is ready to change. You walk toward the bedroom. Behind you, the stove breathes. Outside, Bone sleeps. The rain continues, and you move deeper inward, not into the house, but into this night. The bedroom door closes behind you with a very soft click, not to shut, but to hold. Inside, the light is lower, not yellow amber, like light that has been warmed before entering the room. The bed is low, pale wood covered with a thick quilt. Not heavy, not thin enough for the body to feel a boundary. But you do not lie down yet. You turn to the bath. The tub is already filled. A thin steam hovers above, like a private mist for this room. You place in the water a handful of mountain herbs, small leaves, thin stench, a little wild mint, a little holy basil, a little dried plum leaf, and a few drops of plum blossom oil. Not strong, not sweet, only a clean, cool, luminous scent. You touch the water, warm, not hot, warm in a way that does not demand liking, only enough to remind the body that some things support without asking. You step in, water rises around your ankles, then calves, then knees, then hips, and when you sit, the water holds your back like an embrace without arms. Your body is no longer something to control. It is a shape being held. You exhale, longer, deeper, not because you try, but because there is nothing left to hold. Steam carries herbs and plum blossom over your face in a thin veil. You do not need to inhale deeply, only let the scent find you. Parts of you begin to dissolve. The neck no longer holds the head. The shoulders no longer hold the body. The belly no longer holds rhythm. Everything returns to its proper place. There, the water does not clean you, it empties you. So what is not needed can leave. You stay a while, not counting, not thinking, only being. Then you stand. Water slides from your skin slowly, as if unwilling to leave. You wrap a towel around yourself, soft fabric, not heavy, not rough, only a light layer replacing water. You change into sleepwear, thin cotton, loose, not shaping you, not holding you, allowing you to return to your original form, the form that does not need to be seen. You return to the bed, sit on the edge. The quilt touches your skin cool for a moment, then warms, as if body and fabric recognize each other. You lie down, not because you are sleepy, but because it is time to be placed down. And in that moment, your body is no longer something you live inside. It is a place you are, safe, held, ready for the rest of the night. You are lying down, but now you allow yourself to lie. There's a small difference between those two things, lying as an action and lying as a release. The bed is low, wood touching floor, not high to fall from, not deep to sink into, only enough for the body to know I am supported. The quilt is thick, not heavy, not pressing. It does not weigh on you. It places itself on you like a wide hand. You pull the quilt to your chest, not higher, not lower, exactly where the breath begins to slow. The window is slightly open, only a small crack, enough for a thread of wind, enough for distant rain to enter, not distinct drops, only a soft, even ground of sound that does not require listening. The wind carries mist, cool, very light. It does not wake you. It only reminds that the outside still exists, and you do not need to be there. You are here, in the bed, in the quilt, in the room, in a moment with nothing to do, nothing to fix, nothing to understand, only a very small ritual, a sentence inside, not spoken aloud, only touching the softest place in you. I'm safe now, no proof needed, no reason needed, only letting the sentence settle like a pebble sinking to the bottom of a pond. And then, tonight, I am allowed to rest, not permitted to rest, but allowed to rest like a very old right, very real. You exhale, slow, not long, not short, just right. The chest no longer needs to lift. The belly no longer needs to hold. The jaw no longer needs to clench. The eyelids no longer need to stay open. Not because you are sleepy, but because there is no longer a reason to stay awake. You feel the points of contact like on mattress, shoulders on pillow, feet at the end of the bed. Each point is a door closing behind you, locked, silent. No one enters, no one needs to. You are not going anywhere. You are not drifting away. You are only staying still long enough for sleep to find you. And it will find you, not fast, not loud, like mist, slowly covering, slowly fading, slowly light, until you no longer know you are lying, because you have become part of the night. If you still hear me, then tonight you have already gone far enough, far from the day, far from noise, far from things to do. You do not need to go any further. Outside, the highland rain mist still falls very gently, not falling down, but dissolving into the air. Wind moves over the wooden roof, through plum branches, across hills, then disappears, leaving no trace. Night does its work very quietly. It does not ask if you are ready. It does not ask you to release more. It only is steady, surrounding, waiting for you to let go into it. And you may let go, not of a thought, not of a feeling. only of yourself, like placing something down where it belongs. Night holds, not tight, not loose, just enough that you do not fall and do not need to cling. If you are still awake, you may leave yourself a small mark, a follow, a like, or a share, to know that you once passed through this place. And if your eyelids have already softened, then let night finish the rest. The background sound is now very thin, distant rain, light wind, and the slow rhythm of night. No climax, no ending, only dissolving, like you. Sleep now, but